We're looking at a world hidden in plain sight, existing for just 1 hour a day.
That's right. We're talking Scott Westerfeld's The Secret Hour. And our goal here is to really get into the nuts and bolts of this blue time, this hidden midnight hour. We want to understand the kids who live in it, the midnighters, and crucially, what happens when this new girl, Jessica, shows up and kind of flips the whole thing on its head.
Yeah, the concept alone is just fantastic, isn't it? It's set in Bixby, Oklahoma, this ordinary town, but it has this extraordinary secret. A real, literal 25th hour at midnight.
Not a metaphor, no.
No, it's 60 minutes where, bam, the world freezes. But certain things, certain people, and certain creatures keep moving. And our way in is Jessica Day. She's new in town, sophomore year, and she's about to find out this blue time is very, very real and pretty terrifying.
Oh, absolutely terrified. The book does such a great job with her first experience in chapter 3. It hits you immediately. The sound just cuts out. Total silence.
Yeah, she describes it like someone hit mute, right? A hard silence.
In visually. It's not just dark. It's filled with this cold blue light everywhere.
Oh.
And the weirdest part, no shadows. Everything looks flat, kind of washed out.
Like an old photo, the source says.
Yeah.
It immediately tells you the normal rules are just gone. Physics is broken here.
Totally broken.
Yeah.
And the freeze is absolute. Like you see cars stopped, but their tires are squished, oval-shaped from that last moment of motion.
Oh, wow.
And raindrops just hanging in the air like little diamonds, which sounds beautiful, but it's so unnatural. And the people, the ordinary daylighters, they're just frozen statues.
Creepy. And Jessica finds out it's real because she touches one of those raindrops.
And wakes up later with a wet sweatshirt. That's her proof. The dream was real.
Okay, so if most things are frozen, what isn't? We know the Midnighters, these special kids, can move. But they're definitely not alone in this hour.
No, not at all. This hour belongs just as much, maybe more, to the things that hunt them, the Darklings and the Slithers.
What's the difference there?
Well, the Darklings seem to be the main predators. Big, ancient nightmare fuel. Think giant shadow panthers.
Yeah.
Spiders the size of cars, these awful winged rat things. They're like the original monsters from folklore.
Okay, scary. And the Slithers?
Slithers are, maybe, sneakier. Sometimes scouts, sometimes shapeshifters. Like the cat that tricks Jessica early on, or that tarantula attack later at the school. They seem more adaptable, maybe, but both treat the blue time like their normal day.
And this whole phenomenon, it's geographically specific, right? It's Bixby.
Super specific. Des, one of the Midnighters, figures it out later. It's centered on these exact coordinates, 36 degrees north, 96 degrees west. And that pinpoints the epicenter, Darkling Central, they call it, to this place, Russell's Bottom, also known as the Snake Pit.
Which makes this whole magical thing feel really grounded somehow. It happens here.
Exactly. So if Bixby is the stage, we need to know the players, the Midnighters. Who are these kids who can move when the world stops? And what can they do? Because their talents are really specific.
All right, let's meet the crew. First up is Rex Green. He seems to be the reluctant leader, the seer, the lore taker.
Yeah, Rex. He's the anxious one, always in that coat, wears these really thick glasses, which are actually key to his power.
Oh, right. Tell us about that. It's kind of counterintuitive.
It totally is. In normal daylight, without his glasses, he can barely see. But in the blue time, his talent, they call it focus, kicks in. He takes off the glasses, and anything touched by midnight, old artifacts, darkling remnants, even Jessica herself, snaps into this intense crystal clarity, as the book puts it.
So he can literally see the history in objects connected to the blue time.
Pretty much. That's why he's the lore taker. He doesn't just read about the past battles. He can connect to them visually through these objects. It gives him this burden of knowledge, you know.
Yeah.
Makes him super cautious.
Which is the total opposite of Jonathan Martinez, the acrobat.
Oh, Jonathan,
Yeah.
yeah. Complete opposite. He sees the blue time as recess, pure freedom.
So what's his talent? Acrobat sounds physical?
It is. He messes with midnight gravity. He can basically fly. Or,
Right.
Leave huge distances, run incredibly fast, soar through the frozen world. He thinks being a Midnighter is awesome, and they should totally enjoy the power.
And that creates tension with Rex, obviously.
Huge tension. Should they be careful protectors, like Rex wants, or powerful explorers like Jonathan pushes for? It's a big question hanging over them. Play it safe, or push the limits.
Okay, moving on. We have Des, the polymath, the numerologist. She sounds intense.
Des is brilliant. Kind of bored with everything, always wears dark clothes, dark glasses because she's photophobic. The blue light is too intense for her eyes even normally. And her weapon, it's math. and words.
Wait, math. How do you fight shadow panthers with math?
Okay, this is one of the coolest bits of world building. She finds pieces of clean steel, metal that's never been exposed to the blue time. Then she figures out these specific 13-letter words, tridicalogisms, she calls
It's
them.
13 letters. Why 13?
Apparently 13 is a key number in the old Midnighter lore that Rex keeps. So she inscribes these words like hypochondriac or fossilization onto the clean steel.
And that does what?
It creates this kind of repulsion field. Darklings literally can't stand it. They can't get near it. It's like human logic and precision math, language acting as a shield against ancient primal fear. Knowledge is defense. It's really smart.
Wow, okay. That is cool. And the last member of the main group is Melissa, the Mindcaster.
Melissa. Her power is maybe the most invasive. In daylight, she hears everything, every stray thought from every person around her. It's described as pandemonium. That's why she always wears headphones.
That sounds awful. How does it work in the blue time?
It changes. The human thoughts go silent because everyone's frozen. Instead, she starts to perceive emotions, intentions, the inner nature of people or creatures, but as taste.
Taste, like she literally tastes feelings.
Yeah, that's the metaphor the book uses. She tastes Rex's bitterness, his caution. And when she first encounters Jessica, she gets this really strong, sharp, metal, taste-like, raw, untamed energy. It freaks her out a bit.
So she's like their emotional radar, and probably pretty risk-averse because of it.
Exactly. She feels the danger more directly than maybe anyone else.
Yeah.
So you've got the historian, the flyer, the mathematician, and the empath. A pretty specialized team.
But this team, their whole system, gets thrown into chaos the moment Jessica Day arrives in Bixby.
Instantly. Her finding out about the blue time isn't just some gentle discovery. Right away, she's attacked. That slither cat leading her out, the giant panther hunting her. It's immediate and personal. The Darklings aren't just around, they're specifically after her.
And the attacks start escalating, right? Coming into town, becoming bolder, that tarantula thing at the school.
Yeah, it forces the group's hand. Things are getting way too dangerous. They realize the surge in Darkling activity is tied to Jessica. They have to figure out what her talent is, why she's drawing so much attention, or they're all goners.
Which leads them to the big climax point, doesn't it? The ceremony at the snake pit.
Right, Russell's Bottom, that 3696 coordinate point. They have to perform this ancient ritual using a special stone shaft there. It involves a blood oath.
High-stakes stuff.
Very. And when Jessica cuts her finger for the oath, something happens that's never happened before. The stone actually cracks. Her blood forms a symbol.
And Rex, the lore taker, recognizes it from the lore.
He does. Her talent has a name, and it's a big one, Flamebringer.
Flamebringer. Okay, that sounds significant. Let's unpack that because it feels like the core of the whole thing. Why is that specific name, that specific power, such a game changer?
It goes right back to what Rex knows from the lore. The Darklings didn't just wander into the blue time. They fled there. They retreated into midnight, specifically to get away from humans and what humans were becoming. Technologically advanced. Rex says they ran from technology, fire, electronics, all the new ideas. The blue time was their sanctuary, the one place human progress couldn't touch them. For 10,000 years.
Ah, okay. So the blue time isn't just a different time. It's a refuge from fire, from electricity, from human ingenuity.
Exactly. And Jessica, as the Flamebringer. Her talent is the ability to bring precisely those things, modern tech, fire, new ideas, into the frozen hour. She embodies the very thing they spent millennia hiding from.
She's basically bringing the war they ran from right into their last hiding place. That's huge.
And they prove it almost immediately, right there in the snake pit after the ceremony. They try to make fire the old-fashioned way first, right? Banging rock.
Yeah, flint and steel, basically. And it doesn't work. The blue time physics just snuff it out. Ancient tech fails.
But then Jessica has this realization. She notices her digital watch is still working, a piece of modern electronics functioning inside the freeze.
So it's not just fire, it's the concept of modern energy.
Seems like it. She takes Des's idea, the tridecalogism, that 13-letter word trick, and she whispers one, serendipitous, to her flashlight. Another piece of modern tech.
And what happens when she turns it on?
It works. But the light isn't blue like everything else in that hour. It's described as a cone of white light. Pure, artificial, technological light.
The first non-blue light in the secret hour.
And the effect on the Darklings, the spiders swarming them. Instant chaos. It burns them. They scream. They retreat. The flashlight beam, this simple piece of tech, empowered by her talent and Des's word, becomes a weapon that routs them.
Wow. So the light is the fire they fear. It confirms her role, her power. The game has totally changed.
Absolutely. The rules are different now. Jessica Day isn't just another Midnighter. She's the arrival of the very force the Darklings built their world to escape. They can't just hide anymore.
So the ending leaves them temporarily safe, but with this massive understanding, the war is back on, and they have the ultimate weapon, thanks to Jessica.
Yeah, it sets up everything that comes next. This ancient conflict, dormant for millennia, is suddenly reignited because technology, the thing the Darklings fear most, has found its way into their sanctuary.
It really makes you think about that core idea Rex mentioned. The Darklings were pushed to the edges, terrified into hiding by humanity's tools, our intelligence.
Right, which leads to a pretty interesting thought experiment for you listening right now. If fire and electronics, these new ideas from humanity's past, are the ultimate terror for these ancient creatures, what about our world? Our super-connected, deeply electronic, maybe even fragile modern world? What's the thing we rely on, the technology that defines us now? That an ancient enemy, if they existed, might learn to fear or maybe learn to exploit against us.
Ooh, yeah. What's our equivalent of fire that could be turned back on us? Something to definitely chew on.
Definitely.
We're tackling Scott Westerfeld's Touching Darkness. It's all about these teens in Bixby, Oklahoma, the Midnighters, who get powers during the secret midnight hour.
Right, and this book really throws you in the deep end. It's not just about the powers. It gets into some pretty complex stuff,
Yeah.
loyalties, history, even physics getting twisted around.
Exactly. So our goal here is to give you a solid shortcut. We'll cover the key players, the main fight, especially the whole history of the Midnighters versus these things called Darklings.
Well, start spoiler-free, lay the groundwork.
Then we hit the spoiler zone hard. Okay, let's set the scene. Bixby, Oklahoma. It feels kind of central to this whole secret hour, or the blue time, as they call it. What's the deal with this hour?
Well, the world building's pretty neat here. Normal time, they call it flatland. Everything's, normal, heavy, mundane.
Right.
But the blue time, it's silent, no color, and the big thing is physics just works differently. Jonathan, he's the acrobat. He's figured out these kind of laws of motion for it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, like you can't jump straight up. You'll have to go forward, stuff like that.
Exactly. And why holding his hand is literally a lifesaver. It's a whole different reality layered onto ours.
Which makes sense why you need special talents to even survive it. So who are our main players?
Well, there's Jessica Day. She's new to all this. A really powerful light user, flame bringer, they call her. Makes these, light weapons.
Okay.
Jonathan, the acrobat or flyboy, he messes with gravity and flies. Des is the polymath. She uses intense math, like actual magic math, decimetrics, she calls
It's
it.
magic. Got it.
Then the sort of veterans, Rex, who knows all the history, the lore keeper, and Melissa the Mindcaster.
Yeah.
She feels everything everyone else feels. It's rough.
Yeah, sounds intense. So the story kicks off, and Jessica's dealing with discovering her powers, feeling kind of cut off, right? Even in the normal world.
Yeah, she's grounded, basically, focused on Jonathan, scared of Flatland. But the threat level ramps up fast for everyone. It's not just the Darklings anymore.
You're right.
They spot someone, a normal person, a daylight person, watching them during the glue time, taking photos, spying.
Ooh, so the secret's out. Or starting to leak.
Exactly. A human is involved, which is totally new. And then Rex and Melissa check out this new housing development, Las Colonias, or Darkling Manor.
Yeah.
And they find humans helping the Darklings, Darkling groupies, using Midnighter symbols, these old lore dominoes. And worse, they find the half thing.
Ugh, the half thing. That sounds bad.
It is. It's a Midnighter who's been forcibly fused with a Darkling. Just this grotesque creature. It really drives home that the Darklings aren't just killing them. They're trying to convert them, change them into monsters.
Okay, that definitely raises the stakes. And finding that, it pushes them to figure out who the spy is, right? And how they connect to maybe missing Midnighters from the past.
Precisely. Which leads us right into spoiler territory.
All right, consider this your official spoiler alert. We are going deep now, covering major plot points, the ending, all of it. If you haven't read Touching Darkness, maybe pause here. Okay, let's dive in. Big reveal, number 1. The stalker. Who is it?
It's Ernesto Greyfoot. And get this, he's the cousin of Jessica's friend, Constanza.
No way. So it connects right back to her normal life.
Right into Bixby social circles. And the Greyfoot family. They're the key to this whole 50-year gap in Midnighter history. They aren't Darklings themselves. They're human collaborators, groupies.
Why? What's their deal?
They hate Bixby. There's this whole backstory tied to Constanza's grandfather leaving town back in, 1956, right when the previous Midnighter generation vanished. It's all tangled up with Oklahoma history, oil money, old grudges, human betrayal, basically.
Wow. Okay, so it grounds the whole magical conflict in something, well, sadly familiar. Human politics and history.
Exactly. And speaking of messy human stuff, while there's this external threat from the Greyfoots, there's also internal drama brewing, specifically with Rex and Melissa.
Ah, the touching, their mind-sharing thing.
Yeah, it helps Melissa deal with the psychic noise, but it creates this possessiveness in Rex. Intense jealousy. Melissa actually names it wounded authority.
Oof. So intimacy helps them survive, but it also gets toxic. Power corrupts, even shared psychic power.
It seems so.
Yeah.
Rex tries to control her through that connection. And this theme of control, of hidden manipulation, it just explodes when they find Madeline Hayes.
Right. The original Mindcaster, everyone thought the Midnighters were just random orphans showing up in Bixby.
Total lie. Madeline's been alive, hidden for 49 years in a dead zone. It's like a weird geographic spot, a crepuscular contortion, and she's been orchestrating everything.
Wait, orchestrating how? Like making them Midnighters?
Yes. She manipulated events to bring them there, made sure Dessa's mom gave birth exactly at midnight, arranged for Jessica's mom to get a job offer at Aerospace, Oklahoma, forcing the move to Bixby.
So they weren't chosen by fate, they were recruited like
Yeah.
unwitting puppets. That's dark.
Incredibly dark. She built her team over decades. And she has this theory about why the last group failed.
It wasn't just the Darklings.
According to her, no. It was. Society. Progress. The oil boom changed things. Air conditioning drove people inside, away from the night. And then, the big one. Television. Programs, he calls them.
So Flatland just got too distracting. They faded out because of TV.
Basically, yeah. Social isolation killed them off as much as monsters did. Kind of a wild piece of social commentary baked in there.
Absolutely. And kind of ironic then that fighting back involves using modern Flatland tools, right? Which brings us to Des.
Yeah, Des has this amazing moment, her weapons of math destruction. She connects the dots, the Greyfoot groupies, the halfling, this new emergency runway being built by Aerospace, Oklahoma out in the Salt Flats.
What's the connection with the runway?
That's where Madeline reveals a crucial bit of info. The runway site is the only place where Darklings can actually turn a captured Midnighter into a halfling.
Ah, so that's why the Darklings were fighting the construction, the new technology, the metal. It threatened their transformation site.
Exactly. And Des figures this out. Using her math skills, base 60 coordinates, ancient stuff, but combines it with like modern GPS data and geology reports, history, math, tech, all converging to find the target.
Okay, so everything's pointing to this runway, and then the Greyfoots make their move.
Yep, they kidnap Rex. Their plan is to turn him into the new halfling, because the original one, Anathea, is dying.
So the team has to rescue him from the transformation site.
Right. And the rescue itself is pretty brutal. Melissa gets a concussion, but then she has to force a mind read on Des, which is incredibly traumatic for both of them just to get the exact coordinates in time.
Shows how desperate they are. They have to break their own rules, hurt each other just to survive.
And necessity forces their hand. And the fight itself. This is where Jessica really lets loose. Her unanticipated illuminations, she just blasts the huge Darkling swarm with light.
And Jonathan
Steps up big time. Acts as her human shield, literally takes Darkling attacks on his back so she can focus her power. It's this moment of pure, terrifying power from Jessica, but also, like, selfless teamwork.
Do they save Rex?
They do. Jessica blasts the Darkling tissue off him. He's human, but, yeah, deeply traumatized.
But it's not a clean win, is it? What happens to Anathea, the original halfling?
Anathea. She was kidnapped way back in 1952, just 12 years old. They free her, but she dies almost instantly. Just confirms she was basically a sacrifice, kept alive in that state for decades. It's tragic.
God, yeah. And then Rex, he does something pretty chilling.
He does. He completely breaks from tradition. He finds those ancient lore dominoes, the ones with all the history and symbols.
Yeah.
And he ignores all that. He just uses them to spell out a message in plain English over Anathea's body for the Greyfoots.
What does it say?
You're next T.
Wow. Okay. That's a shift. No more ancient lore, just straight up modern threats.
It's a huge thematic turning point. The book calls it a move to modern warfare, ruthless. They've been betrayed by humans, manipulated by their own supposed history. The innocence is gone.
So this isn't just about survival anymore, it's vengeance, maybe becoming something darker themselves.
It really feels that way. Rex's message isn't about protecting lore, it's a declaration of war. The new Midnighters, knowing about Madeline, knowing about the Greyfoots, They're not playing by the old rules.
So where does that leave everyone at the end? The team's kind of fractured, right?
Totally scattered. Melissa's gone into hiding with Madeline, protecting her location. Rex is diving deep into the lore archive, maybe looking for weapons now, not wisdom. And Jonathan and Jessica are left trying to piece together what just happened, dealing with the trauma and the moral mess of it all.
And there's one last twist, isn't there? With Anethea.
Yes. Just before she dies, Anethea whispers something. She suggests that Madeline Hayes, the savior, the hidden mindcaster, might have been the one who actually betrayed the original Midnighter generation 50 years ago.
Wait, what? So Madeline might not be their ally at all? She could be the ultimate enemy who set everything up.
It throws everything into doubt. Every piece of history, every alliance. If Madeline manipulated them into existence and possibly destroyed the previous generation, who can they possibly trust?
Okay, that's a heavy place to end. It makes you wonder. If Dessa's power is finding truth by connecting facts like math and history and GPS, how do you even fight when the person feeding you the facts, the history, the lore itself might be the one lying?
That is the question, isn't it? Something for you to think about.
We went from Bixby's weird physics to the Greyfoot conspiracy and that really haunting ending of Touching Darkness.
Yeah, and maybe think about those connections. Bixby's history, that recurring number 13.
Yeah.
Just the sheer weight of Flatland trying to pull everyone down. Lots to chew on. The third book in Scott Westerfeld's series. We're looking at how this group of teenagers deals with reality itself kind of rupturing.
Okay, so our mission today, lay out the rules of this world, the basics, then really get into the characters and their internal conflicts.
Especially the identity stuff, yeah.
And trace the plot through this huge event, the Blue Noon, and see what kind of, frankly, unsettling new normal comes out of it all.
Sounds good. So foundationally, you have to understand the blue time. Some call it the secret hour.
Right. Midnight strikes.
And bam! For 1 hour, time just stops for almost everyone. The world goes blue, people freeze mid-action, they call them stiffs.
Like mannequins.
Yeah.
Creepy.
Super creepy. And only a few teenagers, the Midnighters, stay awake. And that's when the bad things come out.
The Darklings and the Slithers. And the world-building detail I love is that they're not just physical threats.
No, the Darklings especially feed on, consciousness, nightmares. It makes them psychologically terrifying, too.
Yeah, it really ups the stakes beyond just survival. But as they get deeper into this, the team itself starts to fray a bit, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. There's a lot of internal pressure. So let's break down the players, maybe start with their powers.
Good idea. Okay, Jessica. She's the Flamebringer. Her power is key, right? Creates this white light that just torches Darklings.
And crucially, she's the reason Anti-Tech works in the blue time. Cell phones, computers. They need her nearby. That becomes important later.
Then Jonathan, the acrobat. Gravity pretty much lets go of him during that hour.
Yeah, total weightlessness. So he flies, leaps huge distances. He's the scout, the eyes in the sky, basically.
And Des. She's the polymath. Sees the world through numbers, geometry.
Right. And in this book, Blue Noon, she's zeroed in on mapping the contortions, like the literal rips in time. Where are they? How big are they?
Which is super important given what happens.
Definitely. Then there's Melissa, the mindcaster. Reads minds, influences thoughts.
But she's really struggling with it in this one, isn't she? The ethics of it all.
Deeply. Especially the guilt over having had to mind wipe people before. To protect the secret. But at what cost? It's a major theme.
And that leaves Rex, the seer. He was always the lore guy, the one who knew the rules. But now his whole identity is kind of imploding.
Yeah, because he's technically a recovering halfling. He got partially transformed into a darkling, and it's left marks.
Physical changes, right. Hates clocks, numbers.
Exactly. His senses are almost predatory now. He tracks time by the sun and stars, smells weakness on people. It's really disturbing.
The sources mention a scene at a pep rally with an old bully, Timmy Hudson.
Oh, that scene is chilling. Rex isn't just angry. He's analyzing Timmy's neck, the pulse, seeing vulnerabilities like a predator would.
And then he hisses.
Yeah, this involuntary cold sound freaks Timmy out completely. And Rex realizes he was balancing his human side against this instinct to just attack. It terrifies him.
And Melissa is the key to keeping him grounded.
Literally. The sources say he relies on her presence, her thoughts, just to keep that darkling side from taking over. She's his anchor.
Wow. Okay, so that very fragile balance gets blown apart by the main event. Blue Noon.
Right, picture it. Normal school day, Pep rally in the gym, it's 9:03 in the morning.
And suddenly blue time hits. Mid-morning.
Total chaos. Everyone freezes mid-shear. Outside, this giant dark moon just appears, blots out the sun. It's a daylight eclipse, but wrong. Stationary. Huge.
It proves the rules are completely broken. Time itself is damaged.
And Des figures it out almost instantly. She calculates the duration. 21 minutes, 36 seconds.
Which doesn't sound random.
It's not. She recognizes the math. It uses what she calls darkling numbers. Specifically, 9 times 144 seconds.
9 times. Wait, 144. What's the significance of that number? Is it like their base unit of time or something?
Exactly. It's tied to the Darkling's own temporal structure, their way of counting or existing within time. So Des, realizing the duration is built on that number, tells them this wasn't some natural glitch.
It was deliberate, calculated.
Planned, yeah. And the Darklings, they're seen celebrating during it. They knew it was coming. They basically hacked reality to cause this Blue Noon event.
Okay, so the big consequence, beyond the shock, is that this event rips the blue time even wider, more contortions.
Yeah, it destabilizes things further. The future becomes unpredictable. And Rex's lore, everything they thought they knew about how this works,
It's useless now.
pretty much,
Yeah.
which makes them incredibly vulnerable right when this new information drops from, well, an unexpected source.
Angie, right, the Greyfoot agent. And she tells Rex this secret history.
Completely turns his world upside down. Undermines everything he believed about the Midnighters and their history.
Okay, hold on. The Greyfoots were always painted as, like, the bad guys, the radicals.
That's what the established lore said. But Angie reveals that past Midnighters, the ones who wrote that lore, were actually abusing their power. Kidnapping kids, mind-wiping people for profit, using the secret hour for personal gain.
Whoa, so the Greyfoots weren't trying to expose them out of malice, but because the system was corrupt.
That's Angie's claim. That the lore Rex revered was basically propaganda to maintain control and cover up abuses. She argues the Greyfoots were fighting for, like, ethical reasons. It throws Rex into a total tailspin.
The moral ambiguity there is huge. Suddenly the good guys have this really dark past.
Exactly. And it raises the stakes on what they're doing now, the cost of their own secrets and powers.
But they can't really dwell on this history lesson, can they? Because Des has figured out the next big problem.
Right. The immediate threat, the long midnight. She calculates it's coming on Samhain Halloween night, just 3 weeks away.
And this isn't just another hour. This is huge.
Catastrophic. The blue time isn't just going to be an hour long. It's going to expand geographically, swallow massive populated areas. Des calculates the zone from, like, Wichita down to Dallas and over to Little Rock.
Okay, that's terrifying. Millions of people turn into stiffs.
Motionless, helpless, across 3 states. And the Darklings would have over 25 hours, a full day inside that expanded blue time zone to just hunt.
It's unimaginable. The scale is just, yeah. So Rex has to make a call.
He does. He decides secrecy is finished. They can't handle us alone. They need everyone. It leads to this crazy 3-part plan.
Okay, step 1, waking people up.
The awakening, yeah. Des builds this makeshift EMP device. They plan to detonate it on a cell tower right as midnight hits.
The goal being?
Citywide chaos. Car alarms, phones ringing, sirens maybe, anything noisy enough to jolt as many sleeping people awake as possible right at the moment they'd normally freeze.
Turn the stiffs back into active people, even if they're confused. Okay, step 2.
Fire. Because the rip in time is making things unstable, the old rule about normal fire not burning in blue time is weakened. Jessica can light a fire,
The flame bringer?
and then normal, awake humans can pass the flame, like the old traditions. Create massive bonfires all over the city. Anti-Darkling defenses run by ordinary people.
Collective action, a total shift from just relying on the 5 Midnighters. I like that.
Their only chance. Which leads to step 3, the stand. Lure the entire Darkling horde, including the ancient ones, the really big, scary ones.
The sources call them old ones, right? Describe them like huge spiders.
Massive spiders, yeah, with these dark, grasping tendrils. Terrifying. They need to draw all of them to one defendable spot, like the railroad tracks or eventually the mobile building downtown, a choke point.
Okay, so this sets up the climax. And major spoilers ahead if you haven't read it, but we need to talk about how this actually resolves.
It's a pure chaos. The invasion hits hard. Melissa's using this ridiculously named spear, the uninterrupted vivisectional preoccupation.
You gotta love Westerfeld's naming conventions sometimes.
Right. She's going full warrior mode. Rex is literally shooting fireworks, like bottle rockets, into the mouths of these giant spider things.
Desperate measure.
Totally desperate.
Yeah.
Rex knows it's not enough. The sheer number of Darklings, especially the old ones, is overwhelming. But then he sees it.
They sweat.
The rip itself. or rather, energy from it. A huge bolt of lightning struck the mobile building's Pegasus sign just as blue time hit, and it's frozen there, suspended.
Frozen lightning. Whoa.
Yeah, pure primordial energy trapped in the frozen moment. And Rex realizes that's the weapon. He needs Jessica to channel it.
Channel a lightning bolt.
He thinks the raw energy of the lightning caught right at the edge of the rip can somehow cauterize it, push it back. He convinces Jessica.
And she actually does it, sticks her hand into frozen lightning.
She does. The sources describe this blinding surge of power, immense light. It's catastrophic.
And the effect.
Immediate. 4 lines of pure white fire shoot out from her, following the cardinal directions. They literally slice through the expanding blue time, cut the rip.
So it works. It shrinks the blue time.
Instantly. The expanded zone collapses. The Darkling horde is scattered, broken. Samhain, the long midnight, is stopped almost before it can fully begin. It lasts only a few minutes, not 25 hours.
Wow. Okay. But you mentioned a cost. Saving the world isn't free here. What happens to Jessica?
She becomes, the term used is temporally dependent.
Temporally dependent? What does that even mean?
It means, well, during normal daylight hours, she's just gone, vanishes, ceases to exist in our flow of time.
Not frozen like a stiff, just not there.
Exactly. She only reappears when the secret hour strikes each night. She's become, like the book says, a whole new kind of midnight creature, tied entirely to the blue time.
Oh, that's devastating.
Yeah.
Especially for Jonathan.
Heartbreaking. He only gets that 1 hour with her each day now. It really hammers home the theme of sacrifice. Saving reality cost her her place in normal reality.
And the secret isn't totally safe either, is it?
No, the aftermath gets messy. The media calls it the Bixby Halloween hysteria, trying to explain the chaos. But key people, like Jessica's sister Beth and another character, Cassie Flinders, they saw too much. They know the truth now. The secret is definitely fraying. So wrapping up this deep dive then, the big takeaways from these sources seem to be about shifting power. The old rules, the old lore are gone.
Completely obsolete. Survival means adapting, even integrating parts of the enemy's nature, like Rex has to.
And relying on collective action, like the bonfires, but also facing immense personal costs, like Jessica's transformation.
Yeah, and it really pushes that question. What does human even mean when the lines get so blurred? Rex nearly crosses one line, Jessica crosses another into this whole new state of being.
It's a fantastic look at how you rebuild identity and reality when both are fundamentally broken. Makes you think, doesn't it?
Absolutely. If time and reality are this negotiable, this fragile, what other kinds of existence could emerge? Jessica's temporal dependence is one answer. What else might be lurking just outside the normal flow of time, especially now that the rules have been so violently rewritten?
Yeah, what does being well-informed even mean when reality itself keeps changing the rules on you? Definitely something to chew on.